Hey everybody, this is Vindictive Steve and today you're watching a ice farm tutorial for 1.3 because with the latest patch you can harvest ice with Silk Touch. Okay, just before we start and I show you off, if I show you the farm and I tell you how to build it, first we're gonna talk about credits. I did not design or invent this farm. It was made by a YouTuber called JL2579 and his friends on his server. I will be posting links to the original video, his channel and the channel of all his friends that helped build it that I'm in know of, like Panda4994, Wubbiconcepts, Presi and PommesPeter. Okay, right. To start, what happens is ice only grows if there's a block adjacent to it. So beneath these snow blocks is a sticky piston, and what happens is when you press this button, you retract. And if you have Silk Touch, you can then harvest the ice. Okay, and when you're done with that, press another button and these doors open for a period of time in which the water can completely fill. Then you push this button again. They come back up and ice will start growing pretty fast, just like that right there. Okay, I did have a bigger farm to show you, but I mucked up my first edit of this and it would take ages for that to re-go. So you're going to look at this small farm and trust me, this can be made as big as you want it. It does not matter. The sky's the limit with this design, and yeah, pretty much. Okay, right, let's get on to how to build it. Right, to start, there is one pro with me having mucked up my first edit, is that we now have everything dug out, so it will be a shorter video. Right, first, to make a perfect square, what you need to do is count how big you want yours. This one right here is 9 by 9, so to make another one that's 9 by 9, you place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Now, this is 1/2. And this is the other half, and that is how you make a perfect square. This is now a 9 by 9 square. Okay, now what you're going to do next is you're going to go out one diagonally and you're going to dig down 2, sticky piston, sticky piston, sticky piston. You do that every 2, or every space, just like this. And this is the blocks they're going to push up. Then what we're going to do is put sticky pistons along the way, like this. And now we're going to wire up the walls. This is very important. When you're putting your repeaters down, you can't do it like this, otherwise you won't be able to place your water. So make sure that your repeaters are directing into the base of the piston, not the head. Okay. Now this repeater is here just to lengthen the wire because it won't make it all the way around. Now we're going to build the RS no latch. Right, so to build one, place a block, torch, then get a wire, 1, 2, block, torch, wire, wire. And this is the input, this is where we're going to be sending our pulse to from that button. Okay, and now what we're going to do, I'll get into explaining these in another video, how to learn redstone. Basically just put repeaters down like this. I use 9 repeaters in total in this. Now for the benefit of the doubt, I am assuming that everyone here knows that to make an ice farm it has to be in a snow biome. Okay? I'm just throwing it in case someone doesn't know. But I assume you do all know this already. But just for the sake of it. Okay, now fill this up so that your wire does not get wet. Otherwise that would not be good. And then put blocks along the way. And you whip in your water. Now make sure, make sure to cover up these blocks, because as you are aware of, any blocks in a snow biome, any water blocks in a snow biome will probably freeze. If there's a block adjacent to it, which there are in this situation, and there's a block beneath it. Okay, now take this wire that goes into the torch that's on, and make sure these repeaters are all at 4, I forgot to mention that. Take the wire, lap it around to where you want the wire to be, and we're just going to do that. Put a repeater there in case it doesn't last as long enough, the wire signal, and button. Now we're going to do the other part, the pistons that extend and retract to speed up the process of ice farming. So we'll put a button here, and then a block beneath, wires on top, torches on either side. And what we're doing here is we're creating a T flip-flop, which I'll, once again, we'll get into more detail to later. So put a piston facing that way, here, right beneath this torch. And then put a redstone torch that's down 1 block, and a block on top, and a piston there beneath this, facing that way. If you've already watched my how to learn redstone tutorial, you will know, or if you already know, torches emit power through blocks like this, which is basically what's happening here. Is whenever this toggles, pushes a block over, and the power no longer goes from the torch to here. When it comes back the other way, the block is above the torch, so the torch can send power to this wire. Okay, now what we're going to do is put a repeater facing into the block beneath this piston. Space, repeater, space, repeater, space, repeater. Then we get to the edge. Do that. All the way around. Now, if you have a mob farm nearby, or if you just don't want mobs beneath your farm, then I would suggest you lighting up this area, or doing something like this, so that mobs can't spawn. This is too high. You need too high area to spawn. Okay, and that's done actually. Let's just give her a test once we put these blocks on. Does she work? Yes, awesome. Now that these are down, does she work? Awesome! And now we can push this one again. Great. And as you can see, really fast, that one just came up right there. You can wait a while, and then you can just harvest it with any Silk Touch tools you have. Okay, if you've enjoyed, please leave a rating, comment and subscribe. This is Vindictive Steve, and I'll see you later guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.